yoddu sa xët te quality Jasna ñoo yor seen cumbukaay tur day uyu borom Jasna pire soo ko bëggee fii si biir Gambia bi dawal foofu sa quality Jasna your number one stop shop ana sama jigéen ñi dama bëgg ngeen jox ma seen nopp garme yi ndaxte quality Jasna amal nañ leen ay til yu toj daala poos abaaya yu yiiw waaye it amal nañ leen ay boreda yu rafet boreda yoo xam ne pour góor ñi la ak pour jigéen ñi amal nañ leen body scrub yi nga xam ne nii dafay defar seen yaram bam nice waaye it fàttewuñ fa diw yi ana sama jeeg yu pare yi quality Jasna amal nañ leen fa andi cuuraay yu neex house spray ak bépp xeetu baax pour seen biir néeg dama ne atum ren jii ku sa jëkkër mere ku ne yow la neex ndaxte quality Jasna ñëw na si dëkk bi pour defar sëy yi makeup artist yi bàyyi leen gannaaw ñu ngi leen fa amal ay makeup product yu quality waxu leen léegi nii foofa sa Westfield jàkkaarloog monument bi wala nga jokkoo quality Jasna si 250 0124 ak quality Jasna taaral sa bopp taaral sa néeg waaye it bégal sa alaaji aas.
In the installation alone is two different components. One is the networking, and the other one is the tanks and the distribution. So the drilling completely is different from what is. This also relate to the funding gap. The first funding was related to the drilling of the boreholes, and the second part is the installation.
Constraints in Kiang Central. Could the Honorable Minister for Fisheries and Water Resources inform this August Assembly if there are any plans by the ministry to address this situation?
The beneficiary of the Climate Smart Rural WAS project under the Ministry of Fisheries, Water Resources. A borehole is already dug in this community, and the government awaits the availability of transition support facility funding from AFDB by early 2024 to mechanize the borehole to benefit the community.
This identified to benefit from the project.
Other programs that are identified, and other villages, other communities will benefit from it. For this current project, this is the only community that benefits from it.
Name or give to the August Assembly the name of those villages that he said is going to be identified for the coming projects.
We have to revert back to the records to be able to inform the honorable member which areas will benefit from other programs.
Communities in Fonyi Jarol are in desperate need to access safe drinking water. Could the Honorable Minister for Fisheries and Water Resources inform this August Assembly by giving specific dates when the ministry will provide access to safe drinking water to the residents of Fonyi Jarol?
I don't think I can give specific dates, but the Climate Smart Rural WAS project will provide safe drinking water to the community of Kampasa in Fonyi Jarol, and with the signed works contract in June 2023, the system is expected to be functional by next year once the tanks, solar pumping system, and water distribution network are installed.
Why would it take so long for like a year or two before projects that were approved by the government to be implemented with regards to water? When clean drinking water is key to the people of this country.
Honorable.
Do you have any financial constraint?
Honorable Member for Sanimentring, that's a substantive question. Any other supplementary? Question number 342, or the member for Sabasanjal.
Thank you. Say specifically when those boreholes or those projects will be completed. But can you please enlighten us about the time frame expected to complete those projects?
The systems will be operational. That's all I can give for now.
Speaker, could the Honorable Minister for Fisheries and Water Resources inform the August Assembly the status of implementation of African Development Bank ADB water project covering the entire Brikama Medina and Kitty village respectively in Brikama Sound.
Honorable Speaker, the design and tender proceeding proceed due to unavailability of funds from the AFDB. However, the ministry hopes to get additional funding through the Transition Support Facility, TSF, window of the AFDB to sign the contracts for the works. On the last visit of the ADB in the country, when they went round, and with the OIC water project being implemented by NAWEC, it has now been referred back to the Department of Water Resources. Currently, the systems are there, and once the funds are available in early 2024, we will be able to improve those systems. There are existing systems in all those communities. Thank you, Mr. Speaker.
Because already I have contacted NAWEC and they told me it's not under their purview. But I vividly remember in 2020 when this contract was signed, I think the phone was readily available. And they have started digging borehole in Brikama Medina. But to my surprise, I don't know what went wrong. Can you explain why there is this gap from 2020 to date? It's almost 5 years to 6 years now.
Like previous that we have taken over, and we are expecting to get the funding gap in 2024. We will provide those communities with the systems.
And if the phone is available to take up from there.
We have just been told assured by the ADB that they will be doing the funding under the second tranche of the funding gap that should be expected to be released in January 2024, as far as I know. Because it was initially on the NAVEC, and we are just taking over. So I don't have much information other than what I have just told you here.
Are you saying that it's changed now, or what is the situation?
Honorable, the member for Lease, what do you want to ask him?
I said, the last time he came here, the answer he gave was relating to ADB.
Yeah, please put off your mic.
The question is about the ADB.
Okay, put off your mic. Are you asking him about the last time or a supplementary to this project in Brikama, in Combo, in Brikama South?
Honorable Speaker, the question is ADB water project.
ADB water projects in Brikama South.
Look at question number 430. It is saying, inform the August Assembly the status of implementation of the Africa Development Bank ADB water project covering the entire Brikama. So it's about the ADB project that we are talking about.
Covering?
It is not only specific to Brikama, it is throughout the country. It's ADB project relating to wells throughout the country.
No.
So I am asking, the last time he came here,
No.
he told us he received funding, $9 million to deal with those projects.
No, put up your mic, sir. You said ADB project covering Brikama South. And now there's supplementary question on his answers, on the answers he's provided in respect of this question. But now you are asking him the last time he came here. No, don't observe me.
What I am saying, we are talking about the ADB project, whether it's in Medina or anywhere. I am asking that the last time he came here, he said, relating to this particular question, he said they received $9 million. You understand? I'm asking now, whether that is what is changed now. Are you saying that it's changed and it's taken to another project or what?
You see,
allow him to answer. He understands, but you don't understand anything.
Honorable Speaker. No, you see, if you are to direct me or to whatever question you want, there is no point of me sitting here. You can come and sit here. Because the question is about ADB, but in this instant, in this particular case, today's question is ADB water project in Brikama South, not ADB water project in Wuli or Nyanija or Salu. But no. no, 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 no. Question, that one is ruled out.
Speaker, let me say something, please.
No. Central Badibu?
Thank you. Honorable Speaker, could the Honorable Minister throw more light on the funding of ADB project in Brikama? Because we are not clear. Last time he did inform the House that they had funding. Now there is funding gap. We want the Minister to better explain what are the problems of this ADB funding and the government commitments too. We want to know.
In Brikama South, this project, Honorable Minister. Honorable Minister answer, he said the ADB Brikama project.
The funding issue with the ADB project, it was, there was a funding gap. I think the total number of boreholes are 110. The first $9 million they provided was for 55 communities. And the second 55 communities is what we are expecting from the ADB in January 2024.
Thank you. The member for Joshua, you have the floor.
Thank you very much, Honorable Speaker. Honorable Minister, as you have already mentioned in your response that there are lack of funds for part of the boreholes to be dug. Will there be will there be other tenders, or are you going to maintain the same contractors to do the job? And if yes, hope there will be no other charges on it.
I did not get that question clear. Can you be clear?
My question is, there is a funding gap and work has already started. If funds are available, are you maintaining the same contractors or there will be new tenders? If yes, hope there will be no extra charges on it.
We have plotted, evaluated, contractors have been shortlisted, and as soon as the funds are provided, the successful contractors will be invited for negotiations and we sign the contracts.
Questionnaire and with regards to your response. This project before implementing or fully implemented has taken almost 5 years according to the questionnaire. Why would it take 5 years to be fully for the project to be fully implemented? And is it because that you wanted to, your ministry wanted to take the project from NAWEC and then to fully implement it? Can you answer why would it take so long to be implemented fully? Thank you.
It took so long. I think
Honorable Speaker, point of order. I don't want.
There is a point of order from nominated member Kebalang Fofana. Can we hear the point of order, sir?
Honorable Speaker, I will refer you to 43.2. The member in whose name the question is listed may ask up to 2 supplementary questions. Up to 5 other members may ask 1 further supplementary question in each. In any event, no more than 7 supplementary questions may be taken per questions listed for oral answer. The honorable member just asked 2 questions. 2. One, she asked the duration of the project, why it lasted for 5 years. And secondly, she asked, why are they diverting it to NAWEC? Honorable Speaker, I'm submitting to you. Thank you.
Thank you, nominated member Kebalang Fofana. Point of order sustained. And he said, member for Sani Mentreng ask only 1 supplementary question.
Honorable Speaker, why would it take so long for the project to be fully implemented? Thank you.
It is a grant, and few funding agencies were involved in mobilizing the funds, and they were not all forthcoming as a result of COVID. So therefore, we had to wait until the funds are available.
Member for Lower Salum.
Thank you, Honorable Speaker. Honorable Minister, we have just passed the budget in the Parliament, and we know it's a base human needs. Why we don't capture it in the citizen budget? Why it was not captured in our budget?
Capture what, Honorable?
To fund this to fund these boreholes. Mr. Speaker, I believe I'm a bit confused. There are two fundings there. One of them is already secured, and that's I believe that should be what should be captured in the budget. This one we are anticipating. I don't think once we don't get it, we cannot capture it in the budget.
Honorable Mr. Vice President, you are most welcome. Question number 431 of 2023 by the member for Upper Salon. Your Excellency, I was just acknowledging you.
Thank you very much, Honorable Speaker. Honorable Speaker, with the proliferation of illegal fishing in the sub-region and the Gambia not being an exception, could the Honorable Minister for Fisheries and Water Resources tell this August Assembly what are some of the issues encountered by the Gambia and the plans in place to mitigate such issues in the short and long term?
Honorable Speaker, the Ministry of Fisheries, Water Resources and National Assembly Matters is aware of the proliferation of illegal fishing, of which Gambia is no exception. Nonetheless, some of the issues encountered are fishing in prohibited zone and fishing with wrong mesh size. Short and long-term mitigation measures. However, in 2021, the Ministry of Fisheries established a Fisheries Monitoring Center, FMC, equipped with a vessel monitoring system, VMS, automatic identification system, AIS, which enables the Department of Fisheries to monitor fishing vessels operating in Gambian waters, and based on the evidence of infringement facilitated by the FMC, fishing vessels have been arrested and fined. The Department of Fisheries is also collaborating with the Gambian Navy in the fight against illegal fishing, who recently acquired a good patrol boat for the protection of the Gambia Exclusive Economic Zone. Furthermore, the Gambia, as a member of the Sub-Regional Fisheries Commission, do benefit from joint maritime surveillance to fight against illegal fishing.
Thank you very much, Honorable Speaker. Now, for the short-term solutions in terms of the VMS and AIS, what are some of the issues that actually are encountering? For example, when they turn off their transponders, when they turn off their transponders, those vessels that come in our waters illegally, when they turn off their transponders, would our system be able to detect them if they are in the Gambian waters?
Like I said, if they turn off their systems, we are already aware that they have deliberately turned off their systems, and we make sure that the Gambian Navy is informed to go and arrest them.
Okay, thank you. And how well equipped is the Navy in terms of this patrol boat you are talking about? Because I know the last time we engaged them, it's kind of like they cannot be in the waters for 24 hours. So they'll have to come back and then go send in another boat. But that was like 2-3 years ago. So how equipped are they right now with this boat you just mentioned? Will they be able to be in the waters for 24/7?
I don't think so, because we have now been tasked by the Office of the President, and we set up a task force by the Ministry of Fisheries, GMA, Ministry of Defense, and also these mobile companies, GSM companies, to see if the possibility of buying a second patrol boat for them, so that 24/7 they could monitor our territorial waters.
Size of nets. Do you have a team that monitor in the hinterland of our river or the tenders? Because we have seen a lot of juvenile fish being harvested and sold at different locations. What method do you use to monitor the hinterland, illegal fishing in the hinterland?
We have our inspectors in all the regions, and as soon as they discover those things, they use the police to arrest them and take them to court.
Member for Joshua.
Honorable Speaker, thank you very much. The question might be the same, on my only, let me reframe mine, because the member of Badibu has taken away from me. Honorable Speaker, could the Honorable Minister help us? Because he mentioned that there are people monitoring the wrong mesh size. Since you're coming into office, have you ever apprehended or sent people to court on this issue of mesh size? Because it's too rampant in the country.
Yes, as late as less than 2 months ago, some vessels were arrested and their fines have been imposed on them for wrong mesh size and also fishing in wrong zones. And the last fine total was about $22 million plus. There was a previous one about $13 million plus.
Member for Sereko.
I think I have a similar question, but will need some clarity. Since illegal fishing does not only take place in our waters, territorial water, equally there are also illegal fishing in our creeks and tributaries of the River Gambia. So what control mechanisms does your ministry have to avoid such activities in our river?
Like I said, we have our fisheries inspectors all over the country. All regions are with fisheries inspectors, and once they discover them, we take action against them. As yesterday in our files, our running file, I just received a report that there is a possibility of illegal fishing in the provinces, and we have just directed the director to do the investigations, and actions will be taken immediately.
Member for Woolly East.
Thank you very much, Honorable Speaker. Honorable Speaker, can the minister explain how far the monitoring team can actually monitor? Is it stopping at the 24 nautical mile, or is it as far as the continental zone?
Which monitoring? Is it the system we have installed in the department, or what?
I'm saying the new system. You know, the new system is welcoming, but how far, how effective can it go into the sea to monitor even the vessels coming from other countries?
Well, I believe, I think up to Morocco, the system discovers vessels all the way to Morocco.
Member for Kiang West, you have the floor.
Honorable Minister, from your response, you've indicated that you have inspectors at the provincial areas to check to inspect the run nets. And from our exercise, we have realized that there was no inspector at Tendaba, there was no inspector at Jareng, and this was captured in our report. And what was the position of the ministry with respect to this?
Look into that, but I expect inspectors to be around all those areas, particularly where the landing sites are. In the case where you mentioned Tendaba and other places, we should have our inspectors there. And if they are not there, I will be able to address that one as quickly as possible. And recently, we are trying to equip the department so that they could undertake treks to see if those inspectors are doing their functions adequately or not.
To this August Assembly. Thank you very much. You are now released. Clerk, we must proceed.
Questions for oral answer by His Excellency the Vice President.
Questions for which, thank you, Your Excellency Vice President, you may take the podium. Question for which due notices were given to His Excellency the Vice President by honorable members for oral reply. Question number 300 of 2023 by the member for Central Body.
Thank you, Honorable Speaker. Honorable Speaker, could His Excellency, the Vice President of the Republic of the Gambia, inform this August Assembly the source of funding for 70 buses distributed across the country?
Honorable Speaker,
I wish to inform this August Assembly that in our bid to ease public transport and to deal with the challenges associated with transport disruption, government engaged Gambia Transport Service Corporation (GTSC) to increase its coverage, including the urban areas. Therefore, Social Security and Housing Finance Corporation, being the parent company of GTSC, facilitated the procurement of 70 buses to replace the aging fleet and to increase coverage. The total cost of the project is 13,431,690 euros, inclusive of 2 containers of spare parts, tools, and special equipment, 70 solar-powered bus shelters, 24 months technical support, mobile workshop, upgrading of the main engineering workshop, and modern ticketing software and hardware. Is the parent company of GTSC, so it's still within the same institution.
Is asking where the source comes from, and you responded by saying Social Security facilitated. We are not asking about the facilitation, we are asking about the source of the income.
Social Security provided the funds to GTSC to buy the buses.
There are mechanisms to protect these funds that are disposed to these services, both services.
Honorable member, you can send a supplementary question to that effect. Member for Janjamura, you have the floor.
Thank you, Honorable Speaker and Honorable Vice President. From your response, you said Social Security is the parent company of the buses. Can you better enlighten us to understand it, please?
What? Enlighten.
Honorable Speaker, Speaker, point of order. Honorable Speaker,
Order, please. There is point of order by the member for Opanyomi. Can we hear that point of order, please?
Question fully answered shall not be asked again during the same session. The Vice President.
Order, please. Order.
Honorable Speaker, the Vice President has fully answered this particular question which the Honorable Member asked. Thank you.
Order, please. Honorable members, order sustained.
Honorable Speaker, Kia West. Honorable Speaker, Kia West.
Please don't use the mic. Don't use your mic, please. Don't use your mic. If you want to speak, request the floor by raise of hand. Please. We are not in a debate, so I'm not giving the floor to anyone.
Point of order.
There's point of order from the member for Central Body. Can we hear that?
Thank you, Honorable Speaker. Honorable Speaker, we have a rule in the Parliament, and the rules must be respected.
Supplementary order. Honorable member for Central Baribu, you lost a point of order. Please go straight to your point of order and give us the order.
Honorable Speaker, rules of the House.
Order, please, order. Honorable members, order. No, please. Okay. No, please take your seat, sir.
It's a state-owned enterprise. What arrangement has government done with the Social Securities to buy those buses, and to which tune?
Honorable member, that is a substantive question. No, 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 no. No, 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 no. That is a substantive question. No, out of order. Member for Woolly East, you have the floor for your supplementary question.
Yes, thank you very much, Honorable Speaker. Honorable Speaker, what guarantees did the government provide to Social Security to provide funds to the GTSC? Thank you.
Honorable Speaker, I respectfully want to remind members that Social Security owns GTSC. Social Security owns GTSC.
Signed by the Office of the President from 2017 to date.
Honorable Speaker, I wish to inform this August Assembly that the attached list provided is a single source contract signed by the Office of the President.
02 of 2023 by the member for Latikunda Sabi. I saw two members rising. That's a signal that you have not authorized any.
No. Don't say that, Honorable Speaker.
That's not wrong. That's wrong. If you
authorized.
that chair, I would not lie to stand here and say he's representing.
No, I mean, I saw two people standing.
And you are saying now that means he does not authorize any one of us. And that would be incorrect. Because he told me personally. Maybe he told this
If
guy
you are
first.
speaking, you have to keep standing.
He told me personally here.
Okay.
I was not aware that he informed me. Maybe he has two minds that one of us might be absent. Maybe, I don't know what he's thinking. But he told me personally. And he put it in the page. Yeah, so
now two of you decide who
No.
will read.
No.
Let him.
He put it in considering the recent actions of the President of the Republic that may undermine the rule of law, freedom of expression, association, and separation of powers. Could His Excellency, the Vice President, inform this August Assembly whether the government, particularly the President, is committed to democratic rule and respect for rule of law?
Honorable Speaker, I wish to inform this August Assembly that His Excellency, the President of the Republic, is committed to democracy and rule of law.
Member for Pusumbala.
Chair, Honorable Chair.
You have two. I saw you said the question that you are supplementary. Can you repeat it? The exact
Honorable
wording.
Speaker, point of order.
I'm drawing that supplementary from his answer.
No, you already asked on record.
No, I've not completed. He interjected.
Okay, I want you to start from where you started and you flow the same.
Yes.
Honorable Speaker, I'm on point of order.
Okay, there's point of order by the member for Sabastanjal. Can we hear that point of order?
Point of order.
The particular question cited incidents, and now the
Point of order, Honorable Speaker.
So,
Nominated member Fatuke Jawara, you raised a point of order, and I'm about to rule to make a ruling on that point of order.
To follow due process, your point of order has nothing to do with my supplement.
No,
my point of order has to do with the
It's not for you.
Order, please.
Sorry. It's not for you. Not for you, for the person. Yeah, you can proceed.
Order, please. Nominated member Fatuke Jawara, you raised a point of order. And I want all of us to maintain order and you allow me to rule. Please, the member for Talinding, don't direct me what to do. I ask you to repeat the supplementary question that you raised to the Vice President earlier on that warranted her to rise. When I finish, you will have the mic. That warranted her to rise to a point of order so that I can make my ruling. Please proceed with your supplementary question.
Honorable Speaker.
Point of order, Honorable Speaker.
Yes.
Point of order.
Honorable Speaker, I'm rising.
No, this question is not.
Point of order, Honorable Speaker.
It should be cancelled.
Point of order. Honorable Speaker, point of order. Honorable Speaker, point of order.
From your response, you've indicated that the President is committed to maintaining democracy and rule of law in the country. Where did the president launch an attack on Member Kering and Kerifat if he is committed to democracy and rule of law in this country?
There is point of order by nominated member Kebalang Fofana.
Honorable Speaker, we can always go around this, but I'm rising on order 43-4. 43-4. A supplementary question shall not be in order if it introduces matters not included in the original question and the answers provided. Honorable Speaker, I will read the question for you and the answers provided by the Honorable, by His Excellency the Vice President to justify my point of order. The question reads, Honorable Speaker, considering the recent actions of President of the Republic that may undermine the rule of law, freedom of expression, association, and separation of powers, could His Excellency the Vice President inform this August Assembly whether this government, particularly the President, is committed to democratic rule and respect for law? And the answers provided by the Vice President was, His Excellency the President is committed to democratic rule and respect for the rule of law. Honorable Speaker, the original question did not specify any. It was open-ended. And the answers provided by His Excellency the Vice President was specific. And the honorable member now is cherry-picking from open source as to what that particular freedom of expression should be. So I submit to you that his question be overruled. Thank you.
Nominated member Kebalang Fofana, order sustained. And in fact, it wasn't open-ended, the question, but it was capped in a pregnancy form. Only one pregnant woman who you may not know whether it's a boy or a girl. So you cannot bring in the issue of male or female. It's only a pregnant woman. And the answer also, he gave an answer to a pregnant woman, no boy, no girl. Question out of order. Now, the member for Busumbala, you have the floor.
Thank you very much, Honorable Speaker. Honorable Vice President, the arresting suspect released by the court on bail, is it in Rearresting suspect released by the court on bail is in line with the rule of law and democracy.
Point of order. Point of order.
No. You can put up a substantive question.
No, Honorable Speaker.
Honorable members, please, if you let's allow members to yeah, no.
Honorable
Please,
Speaker, point of order.
let us not be out of order and also be guided by emotion. You see, honorable members can bring substantive questions to His Excellency, the Vice President, or to the President, or any other minister. Question number 303 of 2023 by the member for Bundung Kakunda.
Thank you very much, Honorable Speaker. Honorable Speaker, could His Excellency the Vice President provide an update to the August Assembly on the status of disaster management during this year's rainy season, highlighting the number of people affected by the rains and the support provided by the National Disaster Agency? Thank you.
Honorable Speaker, please be informed that this year flash floods and windstorms have affected 3,387 households, translating to 51,328 people across the country. The National Disaster Management Agency, in collaboration with World Food Program, under lean season response, provided food assistance to 1,467 households across this country. This includes essential items such as rice, oil, beans, and iodized salt. Each of the beneficial households received 54 kilograms of rice, 5 liters of oil, 8 kilograms of beans, and 4 kilograms of salt monthly. That is from July, August, and September.
Do your ministry have in disaster management?
Excellency, Mr. Vice President, please provide answers.
Honorable Speaker, I'm not a National Assembly member. I thought that was a different question. And I thought there was another question from another member coming later on.
What he's saying there is a similar question asked and by a member. So he is appealing that you wait for that answer. The member for Lower Salem, you have the floor.
Thank you, Honorable Speaker. Honorable Vice President, here in ERR, there's a flood. We want to know what is the cause of these floods?
Honorable Speaker, I think, as we all know, floods are caused by rains, first and foremost. All right, and I think when there are heavy rains that we are not prepared for, it causes flooding. And I think in the past, there is also evidence that blockage of waterways is also part of the problem of flooding.
Member for this year, there were distribution being made on food items countrywide. I want to put it through that in regards to KMC, were there any assistance in KMC? Because we haven't seen any, because most of us are living within the disaster-prone areas. Were there any assistance within the KMC?
Honorable Speaker, I want to inform the honorable member that I don't have the details of the segregation by region, but what I have is that this is what is done nationwide. And this is actually what they normally do in collaboration with the World Food Program during the lean season. Because at that time, even without the floods, that's the time they work with the World Food Program to distribute food, because it's also known as a hungry season.
Thank you. The member for Standing Mentoring, you have the floor for your supplementary question.
Thank you very much, Honorable Speaker. Based on Your Excellency, the Vice President's explanation or response to the parent question, out of 3,387 households which were supported as per the parent question, could you, Your Excellency, the Vice President, furnish this August Assembly, if not today, possibly, that number of households that were supported within Standing Mentoring constituency, specifically? Thank you.
Thank you very much, Honorable Speaker. I think in relation to the previous question, I can certainly do that to ask for the segregation by constituency. Thank you.
Member for Sarekunda, it's your turn to ask your supplementary questions.
Yes, thank you very much, Honorable Speaker. Since the support given to the flood victims was foodstuff, could the Vice President inform this August Assembly whether a need assessment was done to determine what the victims needed at that time? Thank you.
Thank you, Honorable Speaker. The normal procedure is there is always an initial assessment before any distribution is done. Normally there is a team. There's a team that they work with, and including other players like the Red Cross. So that is normally done, yes.
So it's not fully answered. No, my question is not answered. I ask. I know the norm is like giving out food stuff. But
Honorable, you are out of order. You should have raised your tag and asked to be given the floor. And according to the standing order, you are only one question. Whether it is answered in your,
We can progress.
thank you, sir. Question number 304 of 2023 by the member for Bundung Kakunda.
Thank you very much, Honorable Speaker, once again. Honorable Speaker, could His Excellency the Vice President inform this August Assembly whether the National Disaster Management Agency has temporal plans to mitigate flood around Bundung and other communities along the canal before the commencement of the canal project? Thank you.
Honorable Speaker, please be informed that the National Disaster Management Agency is cognizant with the situation of the canal area of Bundung and surroundings. However, as part of its annual disaster management strategy, the agency undertakes drainage cleaning, canal dredging, and clearing of waterways in flood-prone areas, including Bundung, as temporal measures to enhance disaster preparedness and mitigation. We had already given directive to the NDMA to start preparation on that.
Thank you very much, Honorable Speaker. We understand that there is a World Bank grant meant to augment the water canal that runs from Abuko to the Kotu stream. This is the Waka project. So how soon will this project commence? Because we have been promised since the 5th legislature. Thank you.
Thank you, Honorable Speaker. The Waka project is still at its preparatory stage. I think the information I have is that they are actually inviting bids, expression of interest for the feasibility study of the project. That has not been done yet. And I think if the bids are accepted, that is the time the feasibility study will be done before the bids are invited for the actual work to be done. So in reality, we may expect some work to start probably around the end of 2024, beginning 2025. That's realistically when we expect some work to start.
Member for Lower Salum, you have the floor for.
Thank you, Honorable Speaker. Honorable Vice President, we have seen the government of the day is building too much roads and together with drainage. Are the government ready to connect this drainage to mitigate flood, to connect them?
Sorry, I don't think, honestly, I didn't get the question clearly.
My question is, we have seen many roads are built with drainage. But I'm saying, is the government ready to connect this drainage to mitigate floods?
Honorable Speaker, I am pleased to inform you that the Minister of Works has actually plans to connect all drainage systems.
Honorable Speaker, from the revelation of both the Auditor General's report of 2019 and the FPAC report to this Assembly, in furtherance to that report, alleging numerous financial mismanagement by the government and its subsectors, could His Excellency the Vice President tell this August Assembly if the government is committed to the implementation of the audit recommendations and combat corruption?
Honorable Speaker, I wish to inform this August Assembly that the government had already directed the Inspector General of Police to investigate the mentioned audit reports 3 months ago and is committed to implement the findings.
His Excellency Vice President, what is the time frame of this investigation?
Honorable Speaker, like I said, even before the final report from FPAC, when we got the audit report, I immediately gave it to the Inspector General of Police, and he has set up his team to do the investigation. As I know that he's already discussing with the Minister of Justice to give us the list of people that are possible indictments. Yes. At this point, I cannot give a specific time frame because they have not yet got back to me on that.
Honorable Speaker, that supplementary question was not about what has been done before the audit report and the FPAC. I was asking the time frame of the action they've taken with respect to the FPAC and audit report.
Honorable, in accordance with, once you ask a question as is answered supplementary, yeah, you can raise another. You have an opportunity for your final supplementary question, but not on that. Not the same. Not the same question. Ask another supplementary question.
His Excellency the Vice President, what measures is the government of the Gambia doing to stop corruption?
Honorable Speaker, I think the measures the government of the Gambia is doing is to just follow rule of law and make sure that we accept whatever is decided by the courts as far as corruption is concerned. Thank you.
No.
Honorable Speaker, my question is not answered.
You see, I asked you to stop being out of order, please.
But my question is not answered.
You are out of order. You cannot use the mic without leave. Okay, sit down and raise your tag. No, you sit down.
850 without tender procedure. Thank you.
Please nominate a member for Advocate Jawara. You can put up a substantive question to that. Member for Lower Salem, you have the floor.
Yes, thank you, Honorable Vice President.
Separating livestock and veterinary will incur another cost. The government of the day, would it not be prudent to empower this ministry to empower the Minister of Agriculture to uphold these two departments for its operations?
No, I don't understand your question.
Thank you. Honorable Vice President, separating livestock and veterinary services will be a huge cost to the government. As your ministry, would it not be prudent to fund these two departments?
Point of order, Honorable.
To fund this department?
There is point of order from. Okay, the member for Jimara. Can we hear that point of order, please?
Yes, thank you, Honorable Speaker. I am rising on order 38-2. Yes, in asking a question that 38-2, Honorable Speaker. Yes, no speech shall be made by any member in asking a question, and no debate shall be permitted on any question. So you have to go straight to the question before you put on answer.
The member for Jimara, you are not in line with. You are not in line with.
Okay, point of order, Honorable Speaker.
No, the member for Jimara, no. There is a point of order from the member for Sabasanja.
Point of order 43-3. The time taken to ask supplementary question shall not be longer than 1 minute. And the honorable member was taking a lot of time to ask this question.
Unfortunately, I was in timing when he was reading his. So unless you provide proof indicating that his question was more than a minute, at this instant, I will not admit your order.
But I can provide proof. If I can provide proof.
You are out of order by using your mic. Member for Fonya Councillor, can you repeat your question, please?
Yes, 2 minutes, 2 departments, livestock, veterinary. will include costs to government if separated. Would there be any measures to empower the two departments to make a flowing of those services as the Department of Agriculture, to the Department of Agriculture rather?
Thank you very much, Honorable Speaker. I want to inform the Honorable Member that, like I said, before any separation, an assessment has to be done. And of course, as you said, the assessment, we have to look at all the cost and benefit analysis. All right. And as you are aware, even in the last budget, I think members are lamenting that a lot of money is being spent on personal emoluments. So separating it will also increase that PE budget. So these are all considerations that have to be considered before separation can be done.
Period of empowering vehicles. What immediate measures are you putting in place?
Honorable Speaker, like I said, there is a subcommittee established, which, for your information, I'm chairing that subcommittee. And there are many issues around this. Unless the investigation is done, I will not be in a position to give you what final action has to be taken. But we know there are many issues surrounding this issue of, there will continue to be the need for government to take vehicles for specific activities. But the length of time, as some people have complained, some have, like you said, it's several months. Some have gone up to over a year. We are aware of that. But like I said, we are doing the investigation and see what happened.
Honorable Vice President, during this effort in empowering vehicles, departments or institutions may be on functions of their department, but they are rather stop at Denton Bridge and they're left with no vehicles. What would be the role of government in addressing this issue?
Again, Honorable Speaker, like I said, I don't want to go into specifics because the investigation has not been done. But we are also aware that as a matter of procedure, vehicle control will always write to departments to hand over vehicles. And some officers will deliberately refuse. That is why, as a last resort, they resort to now stopping them at Denton Bridge. That is a situation we don't want to happen. But like I said, after the investigation, we'll now look at it on a case-by-case basis to see which ones are genuine and which ones are not. That's the only time we now want to come with a comprehensive response as far as this issue of vehicles are concerned.
Member for Kiang West, you have the floor for your supplementary.
His Excellency the Vice President, as to what reason are vehicles been impounded from institutions that cripples their operation? As to what reason does government do that? Which ground?
There are many reasons. All reasons are due to exigency of service. That is why the vehicles are requested from departments. To name a few, when even the departments, when they have their own programs, like vaccination program, like the IEC, they have their activities. So they request vehicles from departments for those activities temporarily, and then they are taking back. I think the issue is the duration it takes. The duration it takes for those vehicles to get back to the offices.
Member for Opanyomi, you have the floor to ask a supplementary question.
Thank you very much, Honorable Speaker, for giving me the opportunity. Honorable Speaker, the Honorable Member asked why the vehicle control units impound some vehicles of the ministries and departments for months without returning them. I just want to ask His Excellency, is this the first time government is impounding vehicles for certain activities? Thank you.
Order, please. Order.
Point of order. Point of order.
Order, please. Order, honorable members, please. Please, member for Jallow, please maintain order. There is point of order by from nominated member Kebalang Fofana. Can we hear the point of order, sir?
Honorable Speaker, still on 43.
The issue of impounding vehicles actually started since the First Republic.
Honorable Minister, you may proceed to the podium.
Update the August Assembly on the inauguration or official opening of Salikani new health facility.
Thank you very much, distinguished Honorable Speaker, National Assembly members. The Salikani new health facility will be inaugurated in the first quarter of 2024. Thank you.
Very much, Honorable Speaker. Honorable Speaker, could the Honorable Minister for Health update this August Assembly on the results-based financing program of the Ministry to public health facilities in the country?
Honorable Speaker, the results-based financing, also called RBF, is being transitioned into the National Health Insurance Scheme. The majority of the funding for this program comes from the World Bank. The World Bank is also supporting the funding of the health insurance scheme. The availability of funds will be a challenge if both are to run concurrently. Thank you.
Any tendency of transferring the RBF program to the National Health Insurance Scheme?
Honorable Speaker, I didn't get the other word. I think it's tendency, you say? Okay. Actually, that is what is being implemented. It is being transitioned into the National Health Insurance Scheme. The operationality is going to be similar. In the National Health Insurance Scheme, health facilities will be recruited, they will provide services, and they will bill the insurance authority for those services. So the insurance authority is equally going to be paying those health facilities for the services they provided. By so doing, the facilities will have additional resources which could be spent the way they are spending the resources for the results-based financing. So if the results-based financing were to stay, and we have the National Health Insurance Scheme also operating in a similar fashion, the resources would not be adequate, and then it will be like doing the same thing twice.
Honorable Minister,
yes.
Please, when you are answering supplementary, summarize not more than 2 minutes.
Thank you.
Yes, Honorable Minister.
Okay, Honorable Minister, looking at your response, like the saying goes, the devil you know is better than the angel you don't know. And currently we have seen what RBF is doing in our various health facilities in this country. Is it not possible to run these two programs parallelly?
Honorable Speaker, point of order.
You cannot order that.
No, it's about because I asked already.
No, please, you can order this.
There's point of order by the member for Opiniomi. Can we hear the point of order?
Yes, Honorable Speaker, my point of order is order 38(1)J. A question fully answered shall not be asked again during the same session. Honorable Minister made it very clear that the two cannot run concurrently because the fund for RBF is going to be used to run National Health Insurance Scheme. That's what he said. and he's asking whether they can run concurrently.
Yes.
Yes, Honorable.
It's a different question.
On member for Banjul North, did you ask that question?
The question that I asked is that why is the ministry taking the risk? You understand? No. Understanding that the devil you know is better than the angel you don't know. Already we know RBF is existing and they are doing extremely well in our health facilities. So why do you want to divert the RBF to the health insurance? So that is what I want to know. Is it not possible also for the two programs to run parallelly? I don't.
Point of order.
Speaker, it's a matter of resources. The resources wouldn't be enough. RBF is not forever. It was a strategy developed to strengthen the health facilities, but it's usually for a period. And the entity, that's the World Bank, providing those resources, is the one helping the Gambia transition to have a national health insurance scheme, because it is believed that is for sustainability, and that's for also posterity, so that the Gambia has a system to take off catastrophic health expenditure out of hands of the individuals, so that there is a scheme that provides for the people when they need the health services. That's the reason. So RBF was like a stopgap measure to strengthen the system, to support the facilities, to build capacity, but it was not actually meant to be forever. Thank you.
Inform you that from the budget line, there is no fund allocated for the health insurance scheme operation. And yet still your ministry intend to pay them salaries of 36 million out of services that they not doing. And we also aware that the RBF is a project.
Honorable, don't make a statement. Ask your supplementary question.
Yes.
We are not debating. Just ask a question.
Okay, I reframe my question. Honorable Minister, are you aware that the results that the RBF have shown would to continue until 2025?
Repeat the last part. The resources.
Yes, my question is,
what continuing?
as the results of the RBF in the improvement of the health status of this country,
yes,
and it is budgeted for until 2025, why the abrupt destruction of that budget and now taking that fund to a health insurance scheme?
Well, Honorable Speaker, when you have partners who are supporting and they give advice as to how to establish a system, which is the National Health Insurance Scheme, which in the long run is the best really for the population. And these are the funders. We couldn't argue more because they were the ones providing the funds. So it's for that reason.
You've mentioned World Bank as the main custodian funding of RBF. As World Bank hear the scheme of insurance covered, would they not immediately stop the RBF fund? Thank you.
If I got it right, you say if the insurance scheme has come, would the World Bank not immediately stop? So that's in fact what the discussion is about, because the scheme is coming and the RBF is being withdrawn. So that's what is happening. So, but we're going to have an insurance scheme now instead of the RBF. And World Bank has already invested in the insurance scheme. They've supported us in the establishment. So that is the rationale. Yeah, thank you.
Thank you, Honorable Chair. The Honorable Minister just informed that they are transitioning to the health insurance scheme using the World Bank funds, and that project is phasing out 2025. What are the plans to continue funding the insurance scheme, since you said it's best compared to the RBF?
Thank you very much. Just as with many of the partners, certainly the bank also wants to see the commitment from the side of government, the commitment as to what the government wants to put forward to establish a scheme. The bank, as I am aware, I'm made to be aware, is also not willing to shoulder that entire responsibility. That is why it was very important for the scheme to have been allocated resources by this August body. That would have facilitated the implementation. Because with the commitment from our side, we've been very hopeful that the funds you are talking about will be made available for the continuation or for the insurance scheme to kick-start it. So that has been a challenge, yes, I must say. Yeah.
Good Minister for Health, update this August Assembly on the status of the implementation of the AKI Task Force report's recommendations.
Thank you very much. Honorable Speaker, the recommendations of the task force were analyzed and divided into two categories for action. Short-term, that's immediate, actionable ones, and long-term, continuous ones. About 88% of the recommendations are either completed or already commenced. Thank you.
Thank you very much, Honorable Speaker. Honorable Speaker, would the minister endeavor to check the situation relating to importation of cough syrup from India, considering that so many pharmaceutical companies in India have failed the test in producing cough syrup?
Honorable member, what? Honorable member.
The acute kidney injury has been purportedly caused by the wrong cough syrup, which is coming from India. So I am calling on the minister to endeavor to check whether Gambia should still continue to import cough syrup from India, considering that almost 50 pharmaceutical companies have failed the test in the production of cough syrup.
Yeah. Thank you for making that statement for the minister to take note. You make a statement. You said you are calling on him to check. You are calling on him to check. He will check. Question number 3.
Look, we are here to work. Don't go on making things.
No, you didn't.
We are here to work, not just, please.
All right, please.
My question is very clear to the minister. And
Okay,
the minister,
please take your seat, sir.
Yes, so don't play here, please.
No, Honorable, you are out of order. You cannot say don't be playing here. No one is playing. No. In fact, Honorable member, if members have their standing orders, that members should know their standing orders. And if members are asking questions which are out of order, that's when they are playing. Not the one ruling based on members out of order. You said you are asking him to check. You are not making any, at this instant, we are here. No, don't use your mic, please, sir. No, please.
Don't speak a point of order.
Yeah, we are here to ask supplementary questions based on questions and answers provided. If you are out of order, or you are asking members to go and check. You're not making any, there's no question. You're asking him to check. I asked him to take note and we proceed. Yes, there's a point of order by the member for Opanyomi.
Thank you very much. 29.5. No member shall input improper motive to any other member. Honorable member for Woolley is telling Honorable Speaker that we are not here to play. And Honorable Speaker, he is inputting improper motive. And Honorable Speaker is not here to play. He's at work. He's at work.
Order sustained. Order sustained.
Speaker. Honorable Minister, in your response, you did indicate that you have follow-ups on the recommendations of the AKI report, and then a handout will be given to the members. But can you elaborate on what steps your ministry have formulated with regards to the importation of syrup from India?
Minister, please respond. Oh, okay. Minister, please wait for the mic to be on. Technicians, what's the problem?
Yeah, thank you very much. Honorable Speaker, since the onset of the AKI in this country, the outbreak, various steps have been taken. The importation of drugs from India has been scrutinized extensively, and there has been, importantly, pre-shipment, a robust pre-shipment regime now to ensure that these drugs are checked even before they leave the source. A firm has been contracted by the Medicines Control Agency to do that pre-shipment. And they are endeavoring, their capacity, MCA, is limited, but they are endeavoring to ensure that all these drugs are registered before they are utilized in this country. MCA, unfortunately, is a small agency, and Gambia, being small and capacity is a problem. We don't have many pharmacies to be able to do what we want, but we are increasing that and building capacity at MCA. But for the interim, this is happening. And they also in the verge of partnering with agencies to ensure traceability of these drugs, to ensure that they are from accredited and well-recognized manufacturing entities. So all these are going on. And with the quality assurance testing also being carried out. These drugs are also tested. Quality assurance testing is carried out. They are sent out for quality assurance before our lab is ready in Brusubi. Thank you.
Question number.
Inform this August Assembly what plans the government has to increase access to mental health services throughout the country.
Honorable Speaker, mental health services need to be decentralized and strengthened. It was one area hit with a huge brain drain. We have recruited a program officer who is working hard to revitalize that area. We are working with the World Health Organization on an investment case on mental health, and work has gone far on this. Capacity building is ongoing, and the ministry has invested in training Gambians to the level of specialization. We also want to inform the Assembly that the draft mental health bill is under review and will be before the National Assembly in the near future. Thank you.
Thank you very much, Honorable Minister. Honorable Speaker, could the Honorable Minister tell us you talked about the decentralizing these mental health services. Is there any time frame? What is the program going to be? Can you roll out?
The idea is, first of all, to redistribute the psychiatrists we have, because they are all in Banjul, There are Cuban expatriates. We have 3 in country to redistribute them. So we could have one, at least in CRR, to be able to provide services for people coming from the upper URR and then CRR and the other areas. Equally speaking, we want every health facility to have a mental health nurse to be able to deal with the mental health cases. As time goes on, when the resources are available, we equally want to be able to establish another psychiatric hospital of country. But there had been a positive action with regards to mental health services that had become dormant over the period. That is to have a team that goes on outreaches from the polyclinic here to various places. So we are reactivating all that and strengthening it. Thank you.
Yes, thank you very much, Honorable Minister. Access, facilities are one thing, the personnel, the capacity of people manning these facilities is another. So I want the Honorable Minister to inform this August body with regards to the, besides nurses, trained psychiatrists, what are the ministry's plan in terms of psychiatric doctors, indigenous ones for that matter? Thank you.
So as I speak to you, Honorable Speaker, as I speak to you, there is a young Gambian doctor. He's being sponsored to specialize in psychiatry. That's funded by government and partners. There had been one who's also, who had been sponsored and has come back and is working at the psychiatric hospital now, is head of that institution. Of course, capacity building is a continuous process. Of course, resources are also limited, but we continue to advocate and to look for resources, especially through the PMO scholarship scheme, in our prioritization of healthcare capacity building. So what we now do, and government has devised a very good strategy. Now, each year, the ministries are written to send their nominations for the provision of scholarships to those members. So what we do is we look inward to see where the gaps are, and then we send a list of individuals who are interested in those disciplines. Thank you.
Yes. Honorable Speaker, my question is fully answered.
Member for Woolly East.
Thank you very much, Honorable Speaker. Honorable Minister, here and there we experience incidents where mentally challenged people go to the extent of even killing some people. And many of them are also roaming the street. Do you have any arrangement with the Ministry of Interior so that the police can help in apprehending some of these people and taking them to Tanka for treatment?
Thank you very much. Honorable Speaker, the management of psychiatric illness is all-encompassing. It's very difficult. You know, we need the society, we need the family, we need, ordinarily, many people who have some form of ailment go to the hospital by themselves. But the challenge is that's not the case in many psychiatric illnesses. So the support from the family is very important. Of course, and the communities. So we also have to all try to destigmatize psychiatric illness and give them the support so that the communities support them to take them to the health facilities. And quite a lot of them improve on medication. We've seen a number of cases who have really been violent, and on medications they've improved. Typically, we do not have an MOU with the police for that. But of course, social workers are there who support. Since we see the psychiatric patients as actually patients, we don't report them to the police, but the community is there. And when they are affected, certainly when lives and properties are at risk, we are concerned and we support the families and the community to take them to the hospital for treatment.
Honorable Minister, when are you ready to finally hand over Jali Health Center for it to be fully operational?
Honorable Speaker, point of order.
There's point of order by the member.
He mentioned Jali Health Center in his response.
Point of order from the member for Oponyame. Can we hear the point of order, sir? Use your mic, please.
Speaker, is 38-1, meaning that the honorable member, the purpose of supplementary question is to elucidate the
Speaker, the ambulance station in Kalagi Health Center in Fonyi Jarol was withdrawn from the said health center during the COVID-19 pandemic with the promises to replace it, which is still yet to be replaced. Could the Honorable Minister of Health update this August Assembly on the specific date that I'm getting my ambulance?
Honorable Speaker, the ambulance that was in Kalaji had a major breakdown, and Ministry of Health is working with the Riders for Health to replace all old ambulances once the contract with them is finalized. Arrangement is made for Sintet, Kampasa, and Bondari ambulances to cover Kalaji for any referral. We have recently provided ambulances at Kapa, Kasany, and Tampoto. The ambulances in the region do complement each other to serve the community as a whole. Thank you.
The issue of Kalaji Health Center, currently, the health center is without an ambulance. Patients do normally pay their own cars to go to Buyam. As a ministry, what would be the immediate rescue plan to address this? Immediate.
Thank you very much.
That question was already answered. He answered it. He provided answers to that. He provided. No, he provided answers. He answered. Yes. Oponyame?
But Honorable Speaker, point of order. Are you going to allow this question?
I apologize. Please.
Are you going to allow this question to be answered by the minister?
I apologize. Point of order. Please,
Yes.
can we have a point of order?
Yes. Yes. That it went J. A question fully answered shall not be asked again during the same session. The question is being fully answered by the Honorable Minister.
Oh, I already, I didn't know you were standing to the same. No. I told him already that question was answered. I was about to read
biomedical engineers. What's the causes of the delay of maintenance of this escalator? If the minister had already trained biomedical engineers, what causes the delay of maintenance?
We have some, and we continue to train to build capacity. But I think, Honorable Speaker, the fact that Gambia is a small, low-income country, we're a small market, a lot of these items, when you need them, you have to start now getting them from outside. So the consistent supply of spare parts is a big problem, even if you have the people. In big countries with big markets where people can just dash into a shop and buy these things, Gambia doesn't happen to be like that. So that has been a big concern, the availability of spare parts. Thank you.
Member for Parliamentary.
Thank you very much, Honorable Speaker. And Honorable Minister, how many X-ray machines in total do we have across the country, if you may know? Thank you.
Thank you. I cannot mention it offhand, We'll have to count, but we can provide information subsequently later to you. Thank you.
In fact, I was going to rule that question out. Question number 340 of 2023 by the member for Serekunda.
Thank you very much, Honorable Speaker. Given the rate of mental health in our communities, could the Honorable Minister for Health inform this August Assembly what the ministry is doing to provide care and support to people suffering with mental illness?
Honorable Speaker, we have community services ongoing, but the human resources is very limited. The ministry has provided scholarships for students in the recent past and has a doctor to be trained as a specialist in Ghana. We, however, have 2 Cuban psychiatrists in country providing services, with psychiatric nurses also providing services. However, Honorable Speaker, mental health services are all encompassing and need widespread participation by many stakeholders, including the communities. The Ministry of Health is strengthening these strategies. Thank you very much.
Each and every one of you for the substantive questions and supplementary questions asked. And I'll now put the question be resolved that this August Assembly to stand adjourned until Monday, 18 December 2023 at 10 a.m. Those in favor, please say aye. Those not in favor, please say no. There is a order, please.
you.